Yep, welcome back to the house in Fata Morgana. Last time, Michelle started living in the mansion, and he went a little bit cray-cray because he was alone for like 10 years. And then the witch started talking to him, trying to get him to curse his family, but he resisted, and the witch like kept bothering him every single day, like non-stop, trying to get him to kill his family. But he resisted, and eventually he kind of in the same way that that Giselle built up a cocoon around herself by acting as their maid to stop herself from going crazy over the years. He kind of did something similar. He stopped responding to anything the witch said, and stopped saying anything, and stop even having any expectations or trying to try to be accepted for who he was. He just completely dissociated, I guess. But now I think we're getting at when he meets Giselle. However, in my tent here, the door opened once more, and time sputtered back into motion when you showed up, Giselle. Everything I had given up on, and everything I had thought I'd lost. It all came back. At first, as you know quite well, I was deeply mistrustful of you. I hated having you around, but if I hadn't met you, in all likelihood, I probably would have continued down that path and become a demon. But you seem to me like a rather handsome man. I think I get what you're trying to say, but my mental image of a witch is definitely more of a woman. Oh yes, she did say that, I remember. So you're not a witch. To tell you the truth, I didn't know who might be here, which had me rather scared. But I think I can make this work. It's a pleasure to meet you, Master. After taking care of Giselle, I returned to my room. I was, to be quite honest, dumbfounded, and it was naturally the witch who stoked the fire of my apprehension. Why would you let that woman stay here? She came from the voluntary state, and we both know how you feel about your family. Chase her out, give her a little scare, and she'll be gone within the day. If you'd rather not, I could always frighten her in your place. A rattling window here, a couple broken glasses there. Small things like that to accentuate the eerie atmosphere. Are you going to say anything? Why do you care about her at all? Oh no, don't be like that. I live here too, so why shouldn't I care? And I am not fond of noisy people. Or sprightly women like that one. That's something we can both agree on, isn't it? You don't like that woman, do you? The more a person smiles, the less you can trust them. Though I hardly have to tell you that, do I? Stop talking. No, that's not very polite. This is a family matter. It is none of your concern. I was merely offering to help rid you of a pest. I don't need your help. I will get rid of that woman when I'm ready. But first, I will find out what secret she's keeping. Then, I will go back to living in peace. Haha, very well then. That pest has no place in your sweet solitude. The world before you now is so much kinder, so much warmer than the one you used to know. Well, good luck then. And if you need a helping hand, don't hesitate to ask. Oh, and by the way, but now, you've changed, my dear. Haha, and I like you so much better like this. I always hated how much you reeked of human. You were blessed with a body like unto God. You were personally created by His hands. I could only dream of having what you have, but you only wanted to deny it. Now though, you act the part much better. A saint, resurrected by the closest living thing to God. Perhaps this too could be considered a miracle. Hehe, haha. Morgana. Yes? You are a deranged, delusional woman. Why, thank you! Giselle was a woman who smiled a great deal. Her jade eyes seemed to glimmer every time she made a new face. And the more she smiled, the more vibrantly she spoke. The more suspicious I became. I couldn't trust someone who smiled that much, especially another woman, and the way she kept trying to get friendly with me didn't help that impression at all. I had a hard time believing she honestly wanted to get to know me. I couldn't help but think she was trying to fish for information. Anyone who tried to get close to me had to have some ulterior motive, like Amy, who had only done so to satisfy Mother. Perhaps my mistrust could have been considered paranoia, but even 10 years later, flashes of that nightmare would still come back to me from time to time. It would take more than a few attempts at being nice for me to trust this stranger. Eventually, I came to the realization that she was hiding something, and I convinced myself it was out of guilt. So I wrote Mother in search of something I could use to tear her down to get her out of here. Yeah, I remember. I should have listened to Giselle rather than Mother or the witch. But I had conflated her with Amy in my mind, so I was unable to see where the truth really lay. I was only able to perceive her as malicious. So instead of her, I put my faith in Mother's words, despite Mother never once doing the same for me. My beloved daughter, Michelle, I deeply regret having to put you in this situation. I never wanted to let a woman get anywhere near you. She's a witch, a terrible, sinful witch, a dreadful, tainted woman. She lay with my husband, with your father. She's a lowly merchant girl who wormed her way into her family so she could exploit your father for money. She committed a grievous sin, the sin of adultery. I tried to have her executed, but your father wouldn't allow it, so instead he had her banished to atone for her sins. Unaware that you already lived there, and I could not tell him either, for that is mine and your brother's secret. I pray you can find it in your heart to forgive your mother for her failings. Forgive me for delivering your witch to you. I would not be surprised if you tried snooping around. She is a ruthless fiend who will do anything for money. I'm surprised the dad didn't want to just execute her. I wonder why. She's a ruthless fiend who will do anything for money. Should word of your curse happen to spread, it would surely draw unwanted attention from the church. We have no allies except each other. Michelle, with this letter I've included a knife. The blade has been blessed with holy water, which should allow it to eradicate the corrupt, evil soul of the witch. I ask of you, with all my heart, to send the awful and he did it? To send that awful creature back to hell. And he just did it, okay. Didn't ask any questions, just did it. It was storming that night. Erratic claps of thunder ripping through the sky. Giselle let out the panic scream shoving me back, and the look in her eyes kicked into emotions I thought I'd lost. I knew that face. I knew that scream, because that face had once been mine. I had screamed with that same utter despair at the world. Back to the way things were. Yes, finally, it's quiet again. I'm honestly surprised she stayed as long as she did. In a way, her tenacity is rather impressive. Not many would persist for so long in the face of such obvious disinterest. But you know no one would try to get friendly with you without good reason. Information about you carries considerable weight outside these walls. But the look on her face then, was that really just her putting on an act because I revealed her scheming? If you think she was afraid of you, you're mistaken. That's how people behave when their sins are brought to light. She was screaming though, and she looked genuinely terrified when she knocked my hand away. You're not going to let a woman's scream cloud your judgment, are you? A woman can make a weapon out of anything. Tears, a smile, fear. The day she arrived, you recognize her smile as fake. So surely you aren't going to fall for this. I'm not falling for anything. I feel like I know that frenzied panic. Something doesn't add up. Just nothing, my dear. In fact, what perplexes me is why you didn't simply kill her when you had the chance. Are you afraid of the sight of blood? The blood of your tormentors has no more worth than that of a wild boar. You should have sliced her throat without a second thought. Although, I suppose that would have made quite the mess. Now that makes more sense. You were not afraid of hurting her, you merely didn't want the burden of having to clean up afterwards. How very like you. Be quiet. Oh come now, that woman's finally gone and it's back to just the two of us. And you don't want to talk? Silence, please. Haha, as you wish. I will celebrate your accomplishment in silence, my dearest friend. I imagine she's out there, half buried in the cold earth by now. I get chills every time I consider where I would be if I had done as Mother said, if I had killed you, or if, out there in the forest, you had succumbed to the unforgiving weather. Life had never given me much in the way of good fortune, but you coming back, you being alive, was absolutely a blessing. I'm done. I can't take it. I'm through with this whole world. You don't have any idea what I went through there, how hard it was just to keep myself together. Giselle, I do understand. I know very well how difficult, how painful it can be for no one to believe you, for no one to accept you. I know far too well what it's like to want to scream that you're done with this whole damn world. I truly do. That day, for the first time, we saw past the surface. We got to know each other as people. It was nothing more than a single small step, but for us it was like we had moved a mountain. I still remember how the light felt, as it shone through the window we opened together. It didn't burn, and while this might sound melodramatic, I feel safe in saying it was probably the gentlest light I had ever felt in my life. I like the reincorporation of the light burning and like that being a metaphor for like wanting to be acknowledged, and yeah, it's neat. Following my reconciliation with Giselle, I started turning back into my old self. Well, I suppose that's not quite correct. I felt a comfort and peace with myself that I never had before. It may have been the first time I was really human. Having someone else around began to feel normal. It was something I was certain I would never have. It was incredible. Though, to someone else, our time together might have seemed frivolous and empty, our conversations meaningless chatter. I never thought the day would come when someone would laugh at something I said. When someone would smile at the sight of me. However trivial, seeing Giselle's smile made me happy. Oh darn, what did you get off to? Are you here? Are you in the vase? What's all the racket? Is something the matter? Ah, master. Yes, a cat. Is it ugly Speckles? Huh, a cat. A naughty little cat's been sneaking into the cellar for the past few days, so I'm trying to catch him. If you happen to come across him, don't let him get away. Right. And what will you do once you've caught him? Well, I don't want to punish him, that would be mean. If he insists on coming back, I think I'll take him in and teach him how to be a house cat. You mean you keep him? Are you not fond of cats, master? I don't mind them, no. Then there you have it. I hope he doesn't take too long to warm up to us. Maybe it'll help if you give him a name? Oh, a name? That's a great idea. What should we call him then? You decide, master. Do you want me to pick a name? This is your house after all, so it's only right you would be the one to choose. I'm not sure I follow that reasoning. What does the cat look like? Well, he's wild, so he's dirty, I guess. He's kind of got some spots here and there. Is he ugly? I'd say so, yeah. Alright then. Ugly Speckles MK2? That's a name? Why on earth would you want to call something that? What does MK2 even mean? Be quiet. I don't know if that's pronounced some other way that I don't know. It's only if he runs away, master. My time with Giselle made a normal person out of me. Made me able to tell stupid jokes, to get frustrated or surprised or exasperated. I started showing actual emotion, where silly meaningless banter became something precious. My heart of stone began to soften. The world she created for me was what I had yearned for my whole life. Having lost all half of its imprisoned and spent the other half playing an identity that conflicted with how I felt in my heart, it was the first time I genuinely felt like I was allowed to be myself. Yeesh, you're not a kid, so don't be so picky. It's not good for you. You make a mockery of the culinary arts. I've heard quite enough, master. Sounds like I'm going to need to put your taste buds through some intense rehabilitation. How about this, master? Play a game against me. Yeah, I remember all of this. And of course, if you're open to it, it doesn't have to end there. We can continue getting to know each other for years to come. Giselle. Though I did my best not to show it, I think that I treasured our time together, even more than you did. I latched onto it, desperately refusing to let go. I needed it, and I needed you. This is the end of the story when the knights are attacking, I think? Or no? You're listening, Morgana? I can hear you just fine, my dear. Now, what brings you all the way up here? You know you can call me from anywhere in the house. My bonds to this tower have been broken. This is a conversation we can only have here, the place where we first met. It's time for us to part ways. My dear, my desires haven't changed since our first encounter. I wish to be a person. To be a man? Exactly. When I'm with Giselle, I am that. She makes me into the person I always wanted to be. Okay, I guess this isn't when the knights are attacking. And now you wish to be rid of me, so you can complete your descent into the realms of the unclean? The realm of the unclean? I do. Haha, you came all the way up here just to tell me that? A needless formality. I'm sorry, Michelle, but we are kindred spirits, as much as you may want to deny it. You could be second to only God, yet you spurn his gift. I'm nothing like you. I'm a human, nothing more. I shall not condemn you for your unyielding resolve, but rather pity you for being so utterly blind. Allow me to make a prediction before I depart, Michelle. Cursed namesake of an archangel. You may think that you're making some sort of progress, but the fact of the matter is you've gone nowhere. But will that smile of Giselle's be able to withstand your secret? If you had told her, like, at the beginning maybe, but after, like, 1,000 years, maybe less so. You know better than anyone that no one can accept what you are, not even her. You will never be with anyone. I understand that. No, Michelle, you don't understand, but you will soon enough. What you have now is not true happiness. It's empty, not but masquerade. And when the night is over, the mask will come off. So what if it isn't permanent, isn't real? Does being ephemeral make it worthless? Why can I not want something that doesn't last forever? This is the first time I've ever found joy in life. Those moments of happiness only serve to worsen the loss. The sweeter the honey, the more you despair when the pot runs dry. Sooner or later you'll return to me, begging for my help, and I have every intention of giving it to you. I will not hold this over you either, for when you come to me, it will be in a time of your utmost despair. And when your little paradise finally comes crumbling down, you'll become what I am. So I will take my leave from your side, in anticipation of that day. Until we meet again, my dear. Oh, hello, Master. I was just looking for you. I heated up some wine and thought you might... Heated up some wine? Is that normal? Is something the matter? No, I'm fine. Thank you. No, it's nothing. All I did was warm it over the fire. Are you sure nothing's the matter? I shouldn't be hearing the witch's voice anymore, so yes, I'm fine. Oh, wow! That's wonderful news, Master. It is. You felt some quite relieved when I informed her the witch will no longer be bothering me. I knew she didn't believe in the witch, but that wasn't what mattered. What did matter was that, despite likely questioning my sanity when I first told her about it, she hadn't tried to pull away. She treated me the same as before. She never stopped smiling, and that meant so much more than whether or not she believed in the witch. With Morgana's voice no longer constantly in my ears, my life started to feel like some approximation of normal. In fact, I would say I was probably happier than most. Nevertheless, I intended to keep a certain degree of distance between us. For what the witch had said ran truer than I wanted to admit. I will never be with anyone. Having been born into this body, it was my reality, and there was nothing I could do to change it. I had come to accept that, or so I thought. I wasn't to covet what I couldn't have, but I had gotten a taste of that sweet happiness. I had started to develop a great affection for that smile. And as much as I tried to tell myself I was just getting caught up in the moment, that the feelings would pass in time, I found myself unable to restrain the swelling of emotions within me. That day by the fireplace, I thought that all I wanted from you was friendship, to have you in my life, always nearby. I thought that if we were simply friends, I would still be able to see that smile, even if you were to learn what I was. That if we were merely friends, you would be able to accept that. So I would keep these things I felt inside at all costs. However, with each passing day, with each gentle smile, my affection for you swelled. It reached a point where, as hard as I tried to keep it contained, all it would take was the slightest nudge for it to come spilling out. And it made me desire what was out of reach. I was convinced I had changed, because this happiness had become my everyday. I had no right to any such thing, but I came to wish that it could be the center of your life. I yearned for you, and I wanted you to yearn for me, and like the fool I am, I thought that with you, it might even be possible. Yep. Honestly, it's no trouble, I mean it. You just took me by surprise, that's all. I am pleased. Doesn't matter how it turns out. You drew it from me, Master. Whether it's good or bad is irrelevant. I would be happy with anything drawn from me by the man I love. That one word set me into motion, for I had long since fallen deeply, utterly in love with you, and there was no escaping that. Listen very carefully. I love you. I love you so much I feel like my heart's going to explode. Nevertheless, there was also no escaping my past, what I was. Knowing I could never truly be with you, that I could do nothing about this body, I pushed you away. But seeing all the color drain from your face, I knew I had to take that step. I thought that maybe you could change my world. If you really did love me as much as you said, together, we could change everything. We could walk a new path side by side. And so, I decided to trust my heart. Okay, maybe you should have told her, like, here, though. Not telling her at the beginning was already pretty bad, but you definitely should have said something at this point. Aha, I'm in heaven. Especially when she got naked for you. I'm so happy I could cry. Though I get that it's hard, that you don't want to, but I too was elated. Giselle, I'm sure that you thought I was a kind-hearted man, and my love for you was pure and chaste, and I wanted to be that for you, but beneath the surface lurked indecent desires. Despite saying I didn't want to hurt you, that just having you by my side was enough, My desire bubbled up at the warmth of your skin. I wanted to let that heat take over, to let my hands run free. I could feel it burning inside me. I longed for intimacy, not just emotionally, but physically. I wished I could lay you down on my bed and satisfy those desires. I wanted to make love to you. Unfortunately, that was not possible. I didn't have the ability. You can make do. No matter how hard I try, my body lacks the capability. You can figure it out. To be one with you. I can pray, and I can long, and I can wish all I want, but my body will never be what I want it to be. I am gray. Though I have always known my true color, I have no way of becoming it. That's a good line, by the way. My heart has always known what I am, but the world refused to accept it. Every time I claim I'm normal, 5 say I'm an abomination. Every time I claim I'm normal, 5 say I'm an abomination. 5? Would it really have been too much to ask for me to be born normal? To let me be who I truly am? Is that really so much to ask? Things began to change when I learned my father, Antonin, had passed away. George would, I assumed, be busy preparing to take his place. And if what he had said was true, then I would be welcomed back to the estate. I would no longer be a demon child, but a member of the Bollinger family once more. Deep down, though, I couldn't completely believe it would actually happen. After 11 years in exile, I had no idea how they felt about me anymore. Would they even remember a promise they had made so long ago? Fear that they wouldn't threaten to consume me. But Giselle, as she often seemed to do, put my mind at ease. No matter where I go, you'll be there with me, Michelle. It's true, I am nervous not knowing what the future holds. But not in a scared something bad might happen kind of way. It's more of a jittery, excited anxiousness. I'm confident the two of us can overcome anything, no matter what obstacles may come our way. Together, we can create an even more wonderful future. Could I believe her? Could I have faith in her wonderful future? That she would always be there with me? That we would return to the estate and finally move on with our lives? I keep turning on auto by accident. Okay. I don't know what's doing it. No, that wasn't a question. I wanted to have faith. I wanted to believe as much as she did. I wanted to believe that even if I was grey, I could have a normal life together with her. She had rescued me from the depths of hell. Now I wanted to make her happy. And then knights came and crucified me. After taking that step in a relationship, I made numerous attempts to reveal the truth about what I was. Did you? But every time I tried, a sharp pain gripped my chest, and my words faded into nothing before they could reach my lips. I knew that if a relationship were to continue, I would have to tell her eventually, but merely imagining her face twisted in disgust nearly crushed me. She was everything to me. And so, as we prepared for her departure, I decided it was time to make some changes. It was time for me to break out of my rut, and what happened next depended largely on whether Mother and my brothers were willing to accept me as a man. The course my future took was in their hands, in their hearts. If they couldn't accept me, then I couldn't return home. I prayed from the bottom of my heart that things would turn out for the best, that my family would accept me for who I was, and that they would accept what I had with Giselle. I decided I would tell Giselle everything after I received their response, and I hoped dearly that she would join me wherever I ended up. I couldn't provide Giselle the same kind of happiness a normal man could, but if she and my family accepted me, I would do anything I could to build a happy family with her in my own way. And so, I sat down to write. Dear Mother, there's something I wish to tell you, something that means a great deal to me. So I ask of you, please hear me out, and ask of you, please accept it. Mother, I no longer bear any resentment for my present lot in life. Nevertheless, I would ask of you to concede one thing, that I was never cursed, that I was always your son, that I am Michelle, not Michelle. I have found someone whom I care for dearly, a woman, and I love her with all my heart. I would like to spend the rest of my life with her. I do not wish for much, simply to have a quiet life with her, to go through our days together, man and woman. That is the one thing I want. Mother, I know you're aware that my body is no longer female. I am a man. My heart is male, and I ask of you to please accept that. I have no grudge with you. In fact, I'm incredibly grateful to you for bringing me into this world. With love, your dearest son. But rather than reply, I received a visit from knights ordered to kill me. I guess Mom wasn't too happy. Michelle, tell me, why do you think this is your fault? What is your curse? Your curse. It isn't just the color of your hair and eyes, is it? There's more to it, isn't there? There's something else, isn't there? Can you hear me, Morgana? Morgana, please say something. Morgana! Your predictions, they were right. I was a fool and you can laugh at me all you want. So please say something. Death! Death to the unholy one. Death to the heretic. Death to the witch. I want you to answer me, Morgana. Why can I not feel you there beside me? You said you would help me when I came for it. Well, here I am, begging for your help. Please, come back to me just this once. I know you're there somewhere. Please, before they break down the door. Michelle, I'm all right. It's okay, Michelle. I'm not scared. You're here with me after all. I'm fine. It's all fine. So please hold me until it's all over. Please stay with me. Michelle, my dear, would you ever believe that fairy tale nonsense? Why would you ever think a wonderful future awaited you? Morgana. Here you are now, wretched, pitiful. For that you have my sympathy. I will help you in your time of need. Ah, finally you speak. Michelle? I can feel the despair emanating from you. You hate it. It kills you. This is how you're rewarded. For fighting to be yourself. You know exactly who sent those knights, don't you? They rejected you. Rejected what you are. Maybe it isn't actually his mom, though. Maybe it's unrelated. And because the Morgana has lied about everything so far, so maybe she's lying about this too. Hey, Michelle, are you alright? Your family, unable to accept your body and heart, finding you a heretic and turned you over to the church. Yes, they did. And did you hear what the knights were saying? They've even accused you of being a witch, taken my sins and placed them on you. Come back to me, Michelle. You hate them, don't you? You want to curse them, don't you? You want to kill them, don't you? I shall grant you that wish. Out of your hatred and despair, I shall make my own wish. And that wish shall become a curse upon your family's wicked souls. You'll grant my wish, then, Morgana? Yes, absolutely. Tell me what it is you want, my poor little darling. Michelle, let your contempt flow free. Give me the names of those you want cursed. I want you to protect her. Excuse me? If they find her, she could be accused of abating a witch and executed as well. So please, use your power to keep her safe. You said you would grant my wish, did you not? That was not the wish I was hoping for. I know, but that's the wish I want you to grant. Morgana, then offer me something in return. Such a disappointing wish will require sacrifice. Step beyond that door, my dear, and witness ultimate despair. That was my plan anyway. So long as I'm considered a heretic and marked for death. My being alive pushed Giselle in danger. Indeed it does. Yet here you are, shaking like a scared little child. Of course I'm scared. There isn't a single person who doesn't fear death. Please keep her safe. You're the only one who can help me, Morgana. You have my word. From this moment, I vow to protect her life. Thank you. Giselle. Please hear me out, Giselle. I never thought anything good would become of my life. I never thought I would find... Okay, the same thing. I never thought I would find anyone who truly understood me, who would be happy to have my love. And for that, I hated the world. I was in constant torment, living in the shadows. But then, a single ray of light shone down on me. Michelle. You, Giselle. You delivered me from darkness. I'm scared, Giselle. I'm terrified. I used to think my life was meaningless, that it didn't matter if I lived or died. But now, I can't stop shaking. That's perfectly normal. I'm scared to death too, but... what scares me the most is losing you. Michelle. So please allow me to repay you. I said I would do anything for you, so let me do this. I haven't given you anything. I haven't done anything for you. So give me one final chance. Michelle! What are you doing? Get back in here, Michelle. What? Why? The door? You can't open it. Michelle, what did you do to the door? Come on, get back in here. I guess you really can't perform miracles, Morgana. I don't want to lose you either. Didn't she make a whole spiel about how she didn't do any magic in the real world? What is this if not magic? I know that by doing this, I'll bring you pain, Giselle. But I can't make you happy no matter how hard I try. And I realize that now. Say something, Michelle, you're out there, aren't you? Please don't do anything rash. They're going to kill you if you're out there. Giselle, the witch told me. What? That you would ensure your safety. Michelle, she isn't real. There is no witch talking to you. It's all in your head. A figment of your imagination created to alleviate your loneliness. Rest assured, she does not lie. Michelle! I pray that someday she'll be able to get past this, to move on with her life. She needs to know that's what I want. I have to find the right words. I'm pathetic. My voice is so shaky. Please listen. You are a wonderful woman, Giselle. Spare the truth of yourself, deeply sympathetic. You are not to blame for how difficult your life has been. Most of the fault lies with me and a bit of bad fortune, but that's all behind you now. Once this is over, you can start anew. What are you talking about? So survive, live a good life, a good, fulfilling life. Move past this, live your life, and always love your family. I know you can do it. That is my wish for you. No, I don't want that. I want to be with you. No one else but you. I don't want to let you die. There it is. Death to the heretic. Death to the heretic. Death to the heretic. Get back in here, Michelle. Open the door. If my choice is to live on without you, I'd rather... Your scars will heal. You'll find a nice man and have a wonderful family. Why? Because you have a good family. You have a mother and sister who love you. If you were to be executed here with me, you'd be marked as a heretic as well. and your family would be condemned. I don't want anyone else to suffer that kind of disgrace, but I can't tell you any of that, because I don't want you looking into why I am a heretic. So this is where we part ways, Giselle. Thank you, Giselle, for bringing light to my world. Don't say that! Here we share together, and the month since your relationship blossomed have been the brightest days of my life. But if there is a next life, I hope you don't mind if I pray that we're able to meet again. And this time, that we can find each other once more in another world, in a body that better suits me. Does he know? Does he know? Michelle! Michelle. I thought I was prepared, that I was doing something good, something I could be proud of. I would give my life for her with head held high. But it wasn't long before I realized what the witch had meant, what she had warned me about, when she had said ultimate despair waited beyond this door. It is our holy duty as Knight of the Church to deliver punishment unto the heathen who made a pact with the devil. Is it going to be Didier? Is it going to be his brother? You are sentenced to death, your body to be hanged upon a cross for 3 days and 3 nights, when your unholy flesh shall be purified by the fires of heaven. Why? What are you doing here? I stared up at the knight, eyes wide, with the voice within the helm. Didier! How could I have predicted this? Belong to my elder brother. You shall not be executed. Do you have any final words? I knew well enough that Mother was not in her right mind, and while her refusal to accept me had hurt, at the same time I had somewhat expected it. It made sense to me. In her madness, Mother declared me a heretic and reported me to the church. But Didier. Men wield sword and fight against dangerous enemies, and they do so to protect the weak, women and children. I'm here to protect you and your mother. What are you doing here? Why are you pointing your sword at me? Are you smiling behind that cold steel elm, frowning, or staring expressionlessly? The transformation was too much for Mother and Father to accept, but not enough time, everything will go back to the way it was before, just like it did for myself and George. None of this is your fault. It was all unfortunate timing. You said that we'll all go back to normal eventually. Can I trust that even if the whole world says I'm cursed, that you'll always be on my side? That you'll always be my brothers? Can I put my trust in you once more, Didier, George? You absolutely can, Michelle. I swear to God on high. Did your vow have any meaning at all? I spent years here in this dark house, waiting, believing you would come true for me. So why are you standing there, a half-dozen knights at your back, saying I'm to be executed? Why? Do not cry. Don't you dare cry, Michelle. You're standing here in front of this door. There's a man protecting the woman he loves, so you mustn't cry. Who is it you're sentencing to death? Michelle Bollinger, or a demon child, naturally, or a witch, perhaps? But why? If I'm not an angel sent from heaven or a demon child, then what am I? What on earth am I? What are you? You're a Bollinger. You're a family. That's all there is to it. God damn it, Didier. I thought we were brothers. Our familial bonds have long since been severed. Cursed witch. Ha. Now I see, Giselle. This world never had a place for me. I was never welcome here. Kill him! Okay. It's interesting that he still said kill him instead of kill her, though. So many blades pierced my flesh. Didier's sword in my chest, lances in my arms and shoulders, arrows in both of my legs. I could hardly even tell what hurt anymore. But the pain from within was much clearer. My heart cracked audibly before shadowing completely. Don't cry. Do not cry. Tears will only make me more pitiful. So don't you cry, Michelle. Don't cry. You fucked up. He's crying. I believed in you. Didier. When I was younger, I idolized you. Those broad shoulders, muscular arms, gentle eyes, everything you said. Your simple but pure desire to become a knight. I thought, if I could be like you, then I could be proud of who I was. Though I may have faded somewhat after being locked away for so long, my adoration for you never went away. I thought you, of everyone, would accept me for who I am, and I thought you would celebrate my relationship with Giselle. That you would put those big hands on my shoulders, a smile on your face, and say, I'm happy for you, that you would welcome her into the family. That we could go on outings together in cloudy days. I wonder why Didier is doing this. And maybe she can make something for us. She's a pretty good cook after all. George would rifle through the basket before lunch, and Didier would scold him. Obviously, there's the surface level of, oh, he thinks that Michelle is cursed and he's a witch or whatever, but I don't know if that's really the reason, you know? And Didier would scold him. I would be there watching, a proud smile on my face. As unlikely, as out of reach as I knew it was, I still dreamed of a life like that. I had the faintest hope that when we saw each other again, the dream might come true. Didier, I put my faith in you. With head held high. Oh. Oh, crying. Are we back at the mansion? And so my life came to an end. But that wasn't the end of the story. I don't know if what comes next should be called my story, but memories of these events linger in my soul. After being pierced by Didier's blade, I found myself looking down upon my own corpse. How could I have ever imagined that I would be made to witness my own misery, even in death? I watched as my eldest brother dragged me to the place of my crucifixion, and my soul, evidently still bound to my flesh, was dragged along with it, against my will, down to the nearby village. The knights have returned from their holy quest. Oh, how we've awaited your arrival. How glorious it is to see you. Waiting for us there was a cluster of villagers. A large cross lay on the ground in the center of the square. Holding torches, they formed a crowd around the knights. Several of them familiar faces. The man who had come to ransack the mansion were standing there, staring at my body in awe. Ah, the Lord's judgment has been delivered unto the witch of the cursed mansion by his holy servants. No longer shall we live in fear of the curse befalling us. Oh, it's fucking Amide. Okay, it's this village. Okay. Eternal peace is assured. I've assembled all the tools you need to execute your divine mission. A cross befitting of such a heinous sinner. That witch threatened to curse us, sully their pure ears with blasphemy. I had done no such things. I hadn't cursed anyone. I had merely been defending myself. They had been armed and outnumbered me, so I had said what was necessary to chase them off. Our poor harvest and our suffering at the hands of the greedy Lord were all the works of the witch. Why then were they acting like I was at fault? Why was I the sinner, and why did I need to be judged? My soul trembled at the overwhelming fervor consuming the crowd. Their zealous desire to see judgment cast. So I prayed. I asked God to grant me the smallest of miracles, to let my voice reach my brother who carried my body. Please don't do this, Didier. Please hear my voice. You know me better than that. You know I've done nothing wrong. Those men smirking at the sight of my body, they're the ones putting the blame for their sins on me. Please tell me you, at least, don't think I did those things. Don't put me on that cross. If it was Mother who sold me out to the church, then surely you can give me a respectable burial. The nails and rope for the crucifixion are here. We would have you, all night, deliver the Lord's judgment unto this vile witch. Didier, why do you say nothing? Why do you accept the tools this man presents you? Tools meant to punish me. Tell me, Didier. Crucifixion! Crucify it! Crucify the witch! My brother lowered my corpse to the ground and began removing my clothing, and in that very moment I realized the purpose of hanging someone from a cross. Overwhelmed by hopelessness, tears streamed down my face. Please, anything but that. I'm begging you. Don't expose me to these people. Don't expose my body, Didier. I'm begging you. Don't do it. But of course, my voice had no way of reaching him, and he proceeded to remove my clothing piece by piece, till I was left fully nude. For a brief moment, an unpleasant silence spread through the crowd. The erratic crackling of their torches was the only sound that could be heard in the square. And then, with a mocking laugh, one of the men spoke. Ah, so there it is, devilish creature. Ah! Don't look at me, please. Look away. Or just get it over with and burn me now. Burn my body, please. One simple thing was all I was missing. I had a frame like a man. I lacked the breast of a woman. My heart was male. I was in love with a woman. You sold yourself to the devil, and this is what you became. This frightful, reprehensible creature. Dare defile the sacred body God blessed you with. Was that what people really thought of me? Was there no way to make them understand? Could they not possibly imagine how miserable it was to live in a body that didn't fit the shape of your soul? Was there no way to get through to them, even the slightest bit, that all I wanted was to be what I felt I was? Was that really so heinous a crime? Please, Didier, stop this. Don't humiliate me any further. Please, just let me depart from this world in peace. Carry my body away from this place. That's all I ask. If you can't do that, then at least burn me instead. Didier. He then placed my body upon the cross, bound my arms together at the wrist rope, and then drove a nail through my palms. I couldn't look away. I tried to close my eyes, but I couldn't. My vision remained perfectly clear despite the constant stream of tears. When he was finished attaching my body to the cross, he and several other knights lifted it off the ground, planting it in the center of the village square. The villagers showered the knights with their praise and gratitude. Not for lack of trying, I was unable to get away from the cross. My soul was trapped there along with my body. Lydia didn't say a word the entire time. What's his problem? After a full day hanging there, grotesque blackish splotches began appearing on my lower body. Yeah, that's a pretty fucked up way to die. Very slow. Everyone who saw it grimaced in disgust. The knights, Lydia included, had long since taken their leave, leaving my soul behind, curled up at the base of the cross. A constant stream of tears ran down my face. Despite all my prayers, I remained bound to that place, left to rot on a cross with my body. Passersby threw rock or spat on me. Children laughed. A mother warned her daughter to always obey God's teachings. By 48 hours, black-feathered birds and maggots had appeared to devour my rotting flesh. I couldn't imagine any less pleasant sight than my own body decaying in the sunlight, exposed for all to see. A group of children assembled in the square not far from the cross, and soon after, a competition began to see who could take down the evil witch. They gathered all the rocks they could find and started throwing them at my corpse as hard as they could. The stones ripped through my decomposing flesh, exposing bits of bone. Okay, at least you're already dead by now. Eventually, they settled on a winner, the one who had torn off the most flesh, and they went on their way. And when they were gone, the birds flocked in to take their place. The third day and night came and went, and at sunrise on the fourth day, I received a visitor. Watch your step, madam. The crucifix is this way. After everything I'd been through, I thought, is it gonna be fucking Amy? After everything I'd been through, I thought nothing more could possibly affect me. I had sunk as far down into the abyss as I could go. However, Mother, oh, it's okay. I knew it was her instantly. She was older and bonier than I remembered. She had bags under her eyes so dark they looked like bruises. Her once lustrous blonde hair had faded almost white, but I would always recognize my own mother. What are you doing here, Mother? Father. In the 13 years since I had last heard Mother's voice, it had grown raspy and weak, but there were still distinct traces in it of the woman who had raised me, who had stayed at my bedside when I was sick. Though I lacked a physical body, I still felt a deep piercing chill at the sound of her voice. Father, this is not my daughter. I did not birth this accursed thing. No, 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 no. I am her victim. For years I suffered at the hands of this witch. She stole my daughter away from me, tormenting me, endlessly tormenting me, trying to ruin me. A demon, you're a demon. Mother, I despise you, you foul, hellish monster. I loved you. You took everything from me. I could never bring myself to hate my birth mother. I felt nothing but revulsion for you. I loved you. An eternity in fires of hell would be too good for you. I often disagreed with the things you said and did, but I still remember the feeling of your hand in mine. As I lay sick in bed, I have absolutely no relation to this demon. I kept writing you letters, kept pretending to be a girl for you, because I didn't want to hurt you. This is not my daughter. I couldn't stand doing it. Whenever I sat down to write one, I came out a horrible wreck, even worse off than before, but even so. Send this monster straight to hell. I didn't want to break you, Mother. I didn't want to push you any further off the edge. Quickly, set me free of this accursed thing. But I suppose I still did end up breaking you. Please be at ease, madam. The Lord has heard your prayers. He wants you to cast the demon into the cleansing fires. He wants you to show him that, as you say, you have no relation to this unholy troll. Gladly, gladly. I'll gladly send this vile creature to the deepest pits of hell with my own two hands. Her eyes swirling with every hateful emotion imaginable, Mother took the torch from the priest and tossed it into the pile of straw spread around the base of the cross. The flames crackled as it spread upward, consuming my body and filling the square with the putrid stench of burning flesh. Through the cloud of smoke, I could see a faint smile on Mother's lips. Mother, I'm so sorry. You had to give birth to me. And the inferno had devoured everything, and the cross itself came crumbling down. My soul was finally released from that place. Or rather, I suppose it more shattered. The things I saw, the things I was made to watch, were horrifying. Morgana had been right. The anguish that came after knowing happiness was much greater than anything I had felt before. It eroded my spirit, branding me of the willpower to bear the sight of the world after death. But rather than give it to hatred like Morgana had, I despaired of myself. I didn't curse or bear a grudge against anyone. I prayed for my own extinguishment. My soul began to crumble, neither ascending to heaven nor falling to hell, but fading into darkness everlasting. My fingers were the first to go, then my eyes, then my mouth. All sound vanished into nothingness. My beating heart, and all the emotion that had once taken root within it, scattered like leaves upon the wind. My soul completely, wholly decomposed. I couldn't stand to allow my soul to return to the living world, no matter what it might take residence in. Some length of time later, I began to hear a sound, muffled and indistinct. No longer human in form, I had no ears to speak of. The sound gradually increased in volume. It was a voice. Where are you, Michelle? What are you doing? I'm still praying. I'm still wishing for you to appear before me, forever and ever and ever. I never. I've been praying for so long. I don't even know how long it's been. Before you left, you said you were going to pray too. You said you hoped we could meet again in another life. I'm not misremembering, am I? Michelle, come back to me soon. As if drawn in by the sound of that voice, bit by bit, I began regaining some of what I had lost, but it took an incredibly long time. My body and soul had been ground to dust. I rejected myself, scattered it into the void. It would take several lifetimes to find and reassemble all those pieces. Michelle, all I can remember about you is your name, your glassy white skin, your fiery red eyes, and your snow-colored hair. Nothing else. I thought my mind, my body, my spirit, and my heart had all been eradicated, but every time I heard that voice, I thought I must return. While thought is perhaps inaccurate, it was not so much a conscious idea as an instinctive force. The voice slowly buried the overwhelming pain I had suffered in both life and death. I began to search for the source of that quiet, constant whisper echoing in the emptiness. Chasing after that tiny fleck of light, the one thing in the world that seemed to desire my presence. Michelle, I'm no longer the girl I once was. I built a thick cocoon around myself. A cocoon I can't break free of. My own protective shell is devouring me. Okay, so this is after Mel's grandfather died. I'm waiting for you, Michelle. Waiting for you inside my shell. I was waiting. Will you be able to recognize the person I've become? Please, Michelle, get me out of here. At long last, I found the ray of light I sought, and I had an absolute certainty that if I followed it, I would reach the source of the voice. I had to find them. I had to set them free. I desperately had to give back to them what they had given to me. And that sense of purpose is what set me back into motion. But the void was so expansive, so endlessly deep, that reaching the end of the trail of light was no easy task. Struggling to follow it to its source wore my barely held together soul thin, until it crumbled apart once more. Again and again I lost myself. I can't account for much of my time chasing after that light. The gaps in my memory are large and frequent. Nevertheless, after countless cycles of breaking down and reassembling myself, after hundreds of years of wandering, I finally found my way back to the mansion. Oh, I thought this would be with you as the white-haired girl in the Nellie and Mel story. But this is the start of the game. And when the two of us had our long-awaited reunion, neither of us were our old selves any longer. In my endeavor to return, I wore my soul down to almost nothing. I was but a vague shadow, completely devoid of memories. And I was the beginning. We met each other anew, lost and broken, devoid of life. The darkness here reminds me of my time in the void, of the despair that filled my shattered soul as it sunk into the endless abyss, of the emptiness I felt as my body crumbled and faded into nothing. Michelle, the poor soul who was named for an angel and born with a curse, made to bear an unfairly cruel fate. I am the only one who sympathizes with you, the only one who understands your pain, the only one willing to help you. I'm sure you're not feeling particularly fond of me right now, not after I made you relive the past you so wanted to forget. Every moment of that despair, not after I revealed your every last secret to the woman you love. But you must face the truth, my dear. You put your life, your very soul on the line for this woman, and even she would not accept you. But as I have said before, that's a normal response. She's no worse than anyone else for it. You simply aren't something people can accept. You believe that even if your family wouldn't, that even if your dear brothers wouldn't, Giselle would be able to accept you for you. That she alone was different. That she alone was special. That she alone wanted you in her life. That she alone would extend her hand for you. You never doubted that, did you? But Michelle, hope exists to be crushed, and the stronger you cling to that hope, the more you have to lose. You can hear that, can't you? Her mocking you, scorning you, rejecting everything that defines you. The revulsion in her voice. This is the woman you fought so hard to get back. Listen to it, my dear. Focus on her voice. Uh-oh. Disgusting. Giselle will never say that. That's not my Giselle. Yeah, stop, please. I don't want to hear it anymore. Make it stop. Can you blame her, though? For hundreds of years she waited, trusting you, and you came back to her a woman more than once. If you think about it, you betrayed her first. No, stop, don't, I didn't... Tell me, what was it like? How did it feel to be born and live as a woman? You spent your life insisting you weren't a woman, and your soul chose a female body to return in. All those gaps in your memory were from your lives as the white-haired girl. First there was a kind, mild-mannered, flaxen-haired boy. You, a woman, and he, a man, were joined in love. And then there was the deranged man-beast. By exposing your female body to him, You're able to temporarily contain his madness. And finally, there was a man obsessed with money and power. You were his wife, ever faithful, waiting patiently for him to remember his love. You put your faith in the wrong person's love. How can you expect her not to be disgusted? She was forced to watch again and again as the man she loved was reborn as a woman and had relations with other men. Why did your soul do that? Would you like to know what you're doing right this moment, Michelle? You're crying. Crying as you have done so many times before. Those tears, they wash away your dignity. Would you also like to know how you look right now, Michelle? You reverted to your final moments, both in body and in heart. Take a look at yourself, my dear. Your body, incomplete, only partially male. The wound still fresh and raw, pierced by your brother, whom you trusted completely, and the knights whose ranks you dreamed of joining. Even now your blood still flows from those wounds. They will never heal, not so long as you remain yourself. Oh, Jesus. Looks painful. It's not pleasant, is it? It hurts quite a bit, doesn't it? I did not inflict those wounds on you, though. They are your own, and no one can erase them. You lost everything, Michelle. Tell me, what do you have left? You were robbed of your pride, your dignity, your life, your identity, your very existence. And the love you thought you still had? Well, she's gone and left you behind too. Yeah. And still, you refuse to curse anyone? Yeah. Why do you not take what you deserve from those who stole everything from you? You have every right to vengeance, and I'm offering you the means to have it. Curse them, my dear. I cannot curse anyone. You disappoint me, Michelle, but if that's what you want, if you won't join me in my hatred, then so be it. I'll accept we are not as similar as I once thought, and as much as it pains me to do so, I will release you. I will even wish for your reconstruction into the body you desire. You shall descend into the mortal realm as a human man, never to set foot in this cursed mansion again. Imagine it. After waiting for so long, you will finally be able to obtain the body you so desperately seek. To have a wife and create a happy family of your own. Wouldn't that be just lovely? I'll make that wish for you, my dear. You can have that life. All you have to do is walk out the door. Okay, is there going to be a choice for a bad ending? It's that easy. Just let go. Let it all go, Michelle. Yeah. Okay, wait. Okay, wait, I want to do the bad ending, though. Wait, okay, hang on. Okay, this is Giselle talking to me, but wait. Okay, wait, my last save was pretty far back, though. Fuck, I should have saved. I hated that you can't save during the choice, and it's a timed choice, so if you don't save before it, you're fucked. It's okay, it won't take too long. Surely. I really liked the scene where Michelle was crucified. That scene was really well written, I think. It was very brutal, but I think it was the good kind of brutal. Let go. You made the right decision, Michelle. Your tragic tale has finally come to an end. You're free from the grip of this cursed mansion. Free to begin your life anew. I wish you a wonderful life, richly fulfilling and abounding in light. For you, my dear friend, I will not cast a curse, but give you my utmost blessing. Farewell, Michelle, until our souls cross paths once more, in the boundless sphere of fate. Not Paris again. Michelle? Is something the matter, Michelle? Huh? I've been trying to get your attention for some time. The white-haired girl, but you were just staring off in the distance. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm fine. What were you saying again? Are you sure you're okay? I was saying we need to settle on a destination for a trip next month. Anywhere you'd like is fine with me. That's always how it goes with you, isn't it? You're allowed to have an opinion of your own, you know? We'll end up going to Prague again if you let me pick. There's nothing wrong with Prague. You can go see Mucha stained glasses windows at the St. Vitus Cathedral and visit the Petrain Gardens again. And maybe this time you won't be late for the walks of the apostles at the clock tower. Alright, then we should start looking at hotels. It was a day just like any other. A layer of clouds drifted slowly across the sky. We sat across from one another at the cafe's outdoor table. Nothing particularly noteworthy ever happened. Our lives were quiet, unspectacular. but fulfilling. And yet, at the same time, I felt a sense of emptiness, like there was something irreplaceable missing. I can't seem to remember what it was, but I feel like something terrible happened to me. She was sitting there across from me, so I wanted to say something nice for her. Something to make her smile. But for whatever reason, I couldn't get my mind off the cloudy sky. It's interesting that he's with himself. The last thing I wanted to do was make her worry, because her smile, so soft and subtle, meant the world to me. Her smile was always restrained and meek, yet somewhere deep down in the depths of my memory slept images of a wide, beaming grin. I didn't know anyone who had that smile, though. Michelle? I lifted my head at the sound of her voice, and a gentle breeze like a baby's breath brushed across my cheek. Rather, my lips. What? An emotion I couldn't find a name for, couldn't put words to, suddenly sprang up within me. Michelle, why are you crying? Crying? I am? Are you sure everything's okay? Yes, I'm fine. I think I just got something in my eye. Oh, alright. You have me startled there for a moment. I've never seen you cry before. Giselle. What is it, Michelle? Never mind. Is her name Giselle, or... The clouds are starting to thin out, so we should head home. I'm sure the cat's hungry, too. Oh, the cat! The ugly speckled MK tree. Ending 5. Never let go. Alright. You know what? I think I'm gonna stop here, even though it is kind of a cliffhanger. Because we're already at like an hour. Yeah, let's stop here for now. I have a mixed thoughts about this section because like I said, I think the crucifixion scene and like Michelle confronting the witch, all of that is really, really good. But I feel like there was too much like going over things we already saw. Like we went over the entire story he had with Giselle, but like we already saw that, and like he had some extra commentary on top of it, but it was all things we already knew, I feel. And especially the scene at the end where the knights come, like I feel like 90% of the dialogue there was stuff we had already seen. Like it was kind of just repeating the same thing. So that was a bit annoying. But yeah, like everything after that was really good, I think. So I'm guessing this is Giselle being like, no, don't do it. I accept you, Michelle. Something like that. Surely we're near the end of the game, right? I can't possibly imagine. Like we've answered every mystery. Everything is solved. There's probably going to be like a big confrontation with the witch, and then the game ends, right? That would be my guess. But maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Anyway, gonna stop here for now. See you next time.